Hey, what's going on guys? Banana Man here, and today I'll be explaining, so since I've figured out that, I can't really do a survival let's play of Grounded, I may as well squeeze out all the Grounded content I can without getting this. If you look at this video past September 2022, just go on, click off it, or if you want to know what us madmens are thinking the future of Grounded is. Now, this will only imply 1.0, so obviously after early access, after September. Why watch this? Why, this video doesn't really become useful, but, yeah. So, first of all, I want to claim some just want to say some things. Number one, there's a couple of theories out there that I like, but I feel like are just too out there, and this one here, I just see them destroying a lovable character if this does become the final boss fight. There's one way I can see it working, is Burgle. I know there is a kill button. That's the only reason why people think it says kill on Burgle. If you look, it's not lit up. So what if Dr. Wendell, or Burgle malfunctions, or someone activates it? Because I have seen Mediocre Milton and Jadecraft, some of their videos about it, and I'm trying to piece together what I found, and yeah. So for one, I think Burgle would be a good idea. What if I've actually looked at some of the dialogue and some of the little tapes and notes, right? Yeah, there's another scientist that seems Wendell seems to have a lot of. Sorry, whenever I say Wendell, I named a weevil Wendell, and so I just kind of. It's one of the pets. He's dead now. A wolf spider. An ant, sorry, an ant. A wolf spider broke the wall, and an ant came in and horror. Yeah, and so Wendell, he seems to have a few quarrels with people in Ottoman practical technologies. So yes, I feel like one of them may activate Burgle in the wrong way, or Burgle learns a piece of information about Wendell that kind of puts him in kill mode. And I think it would be pretty bad. I think it's something Burgle can't control. I think it's kind of like his programming. So that would suck. But I think would have to, if that does happen, please don't take Burgle away from me. Burgle's a dear friend, and I can't see him go. So I think they would make it so you have to save Burgle from doing what he doesn't want to do, basically. And also there's a other theory that Wendell, the infections, the the haze has got to Wendell. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I think that shouldn't be. I think that's ridiculous. I think that's weird. Maybe it's gotten into one of the scientists, but not Wendell. I think Wendell is held captive, or he's missing, or he's lost. And so, yeah, I'm going to go to this thing now. I'm going to go to watch the trailer. So, yeah. So, yeah, I've just been to the pond, and yeah. Yeah, so let me know. This regeneration, it's actual good. Yeah, and so I'll just show you the trailer. Okay, so what I hate is when they start talking about the trailer and you gotta try and piece it up and search it, so I'm just gonna let you watch the trailer. So yeah, I'm just gonna mute myself.
Kids, are you ready for a new wild and wacky fruit flavor? Introducing Apricot. Stop by. Make sure you get your Billy Hog hot dog.
Special breaking report. More local teenagers have gone missing. This could be linked to the disturbing trend of missing teenagers from our otherwise quiet town. If anyone has seen the teenagers or has any other information, please contact the police department.
Hello, micro friends. Great news! Virgil knows you might be a little homesick, but that can be repaired. First, you will need to survive the yard against terrifying insects and treacherous wastelands. Unfortunately, my memory chip is a little rusty. But with a little maintenance, we can unravel why you are here. Before someone or something terminates your tiny existence. Good luck!
Play it now with Game Pass.
Made sure to include every little bit there. And so as you can see, if you've pointed something out, just listen to this.
Kids, are you ready for a new wild and wacky fruit flavor? Introducing Apricot. Stop by. Make sure you get your Billy Hog hot dog.
Special breaking report. More local teenagers have gone missing. This could be linked to the disturbing trend of missing teenagers from our otherwise quiet town.
So what do you understand here? That there's more missing teenagers? All we know is we are the latest missing teenagers. We're the latest missing kids or missing people. So what does that mean? That means there's other of us. Maybe they all died and all perished. Maybe that's what all the skeletons are about in the backyard. You know, there's one in the new zone up in the upper yard. There's one in the ant grave, like 2-3 in the anthill. You know, I'm pretty sure there's one in the pond. So yeah, there's a couple of skeletons, and so as you can tell, maybe one of us survived. Maybe we'll get to meet one of us. Maybe there'll be new NPCs. Maybe there'll be, you know, some sort of storyline. At the moment, I've seen nothing pointing in the direction of that particularly, but it's always this theory, and like they've got to do Wendell somehow. So maybe. But as so far, Burgle's the greatest NPC we have, and like he's not that good. It's like dialogue options, voiceovers. You know, it's kind of a bit bare, a bit stiff. And also, what else do you see here? Just mute this. I mean, do you see how detailed this is? That was exactly. It's pretty detailed if you ask me. And so maybe the inside, I think not, but I think there'll be some sort of in the house at some point. I think they're at least going to do some sort of a in the house update. Because by looking at this, it seems like there's quite a bit of a house to go around. And also, I've named this mate a this is Sherlock Gnomes. He's helped me on the missions. Obviously, you can tell there's a big gnome. And if you can also see something, what do you see in the background? So, let me just grab a snipping tool out. Just to show you more clearly. I should have done this. I should have. Snip and sketch. What do you see? This is the most important part. So if you can see here, I'm not sure what this is, but it looks like a pile of trash. It looks like some sort of trash, or like a broken microwave, or like a fruit juicer. It looks like, if you can tell there, it does look out of place. It's on some sort of chair, and it does look like, but you can also see that it looks like some sort of technology. So yeah, and if you can also, tell, there's also looks like to be a new trash pile. A new trash pile. As you can see, there's a few bags of trash. Maybe it's not going to be a new trash pile, but it's got to be something. And of course, this area here. To be honest, I see nothing really there. Maybe if I look at it again, all I see is still under progress. I see they've done some sort of terraforming, but there is a blue flower of some type. And so maybe that's gonna play a part, or maybe it's just like the rest of all the other blue flowers. We don't really know. But if we keep going, we can see that they're adding letters now into the grounded for some reason. It's very odd. But if you can tell that this is, well, looks pretty nice, doesn't it? It looks more refined. It looks like they've added a few more leaves, more clovers, and if you can see, there's like something down there now that's not there before. So it looks like there's done a lot of fine touches, finishing touches. I'm not that shovel's there, but I'm not sure if it's a different one. Feels like a different one. But pay attention to where we go exactly. That's not where the lab is originally. Maybe they're just probably. I think they're probably just doing it for the trailer. But that's just something to point out. And now you can also tell here. Can you see it? There is a bit where it says kill, and it's obviously not highlighted. Yeah, you can't see it, but it does. It does say that.
You will need to survive.
So, if you look, if you also look there, that looks a bit. You can tell that everything's been a little more refined.
You will.
Now, I'm looking at the bases, and it just looks like I feel like they've worked really hard in keeping everything
Need to survive.
secret, and only spoiling what they want to be spoiled. As you can see, they've obviously saying now that there is gonna be a mantis, or most likely an orchid mantis at this stage. As you can tell, if we it's hard. This is the best image of it. As you can tell, that looks a lot like the roly-poly armor. Right? And so, yeah. It looks like a lot like lint rope, and looks like they're also going to be using flower petals for some reason. but I'm sure it's because it's an Orkin Mantis after all. A new two-handed weapon. Sad. I'm just hoping this new scythe is a I like to think it's a scythe. Is a counts as a spear, but I'm sure it won't be. I'm sure they've got another massive slashing. I want what we all want. I think we're tied. We have the Antlion Greatsword and the Coltana. We want a dagger. It's an assassin after all, as it says. So I feel like we should be treated to an assassin. As you can tell, if you look here, there's a bit of green there. You know, looks like everything's been touched up.
And treacherous wastelands.
And
Unfortunately,
there's kill. See, it says kill there.
my memory chip
It looks the same
rusty.
in the lab, but they've worked really hard in covering up, because that's the pot. I'm sure it's the pond. I'm sorry, yeah, it's the pond. It's the pond. I was thinking that doesn't look like anything, but no, it's definitely the pond. That's the pond lab. That's the hedge, and that's the red ant. Yeah, so they've worked really hard in covering everything.
Why you are here?
Now, if you look under here, this is the undershed area. There's no if, there's no but. This is the undershed area of Grounded. So, that's always nice to know. As you can see, there's obviously, I think this is where, as you can tell by the cobwebs, this is where the Black Widow is most likely to be, in my opinion. And I'm pretty certain that something called the Redback Spider or the Black Widow, you know, is going to be poisonous, and it probably has Broodmother level poison. I think it would just be weaker. I think it's only going to be as strong as the Orb Weaver or the Wolf Spider. A little less than Wolf Spider, but more than the Orb Weaver. But it's gonna be deal mass poison, in my opinion. Now, what everyone's looking at here is, I think it's quite outrageous, really. What everyone's saying, obviously you can see the fallen pipe. That's where I think you might be able to get in through that or something. As you can see, there's fungi growing. Don't know if you're going to be able to harvest it. As you can tell, there's quartzite and tree roots, so it's obviously under the shed. This is the basic under shed environment, but with this you can tell that it's different. A pair of underpants, people like to assume, but why does it have that curve there? Let's just, and if we look at its movement,
Or someone.
you can tell it's kind of got a, it's kind of acts like a machine almost. It's kind of like it's someone controlling a machine. It's like a mech. It looks like, in my opinion, it's a mech. In my opinion. So some type of a scientist, maybe it's Wendell, they built a mech. As you can tell of the common, this is the common Ottoman pathologies practical technology. This is the common lab look, in my opinion. That looks like the lab, and I think that is a mech of some type. Mechenhausen. Gun Warfare 2, check it out. Yeah, and so Black Widow there, I think it's not going to be a reskin. I think they're actually going to change how she looks dramatically. I think they're going to just reshape the abdomen a bit, kind of make it a bit longer. You know.
Terminates your tiny
Yeah.
existence.
As you can see, the new Viking armor. I haven't been able to figure out what this is yet. I know it's going to consist of pupil leather, as you can tell. As you can see, that's the common pupil leather vibe, especially with the roly-poly, like on the at the top of the legs. Right, that is definitely pupil leather if I've ever seen it. The bands on it. But I've been trying to think what creature could have this. Now I've been thinking maybe it's the ants, but it doesn't seem like an ant. But then I was thinking, what if it's a brown ant of some type? Entirely new ant. A brown ant. And what if those horns? What if it's like the new queen ant that's been added? It's like the termite king. And it's a mini boss, but it's only really a mini boss because it's so hard to get to it. And so maybe it's like that, and like those are its mandibles in some type of. But that's far fetched. I have no idea what bug it could be.
It's your tiny existence.
Uh, if I can see, they've obviously enthused trying to put pressure on catches. They're putting pressure on sap catches, and so I think that's a secret like nudge. Get sap, get sap, get sap. So I recommend you getting a chest full of sap like I'm doing. Try putting it on torrents. I figured that out. And then I saw Mediocre Milton, and so it's out there, and I'm just putting it out there more. I'm just like, use it, why not? Now, if you can see, obviously, new sound. Here it is again, but this is what's kind of making me change my mind. It's like, it's not really looking like ants. Huge, but here it is. It says huge, bosses. But it doesn't say huge boss, it says huge bosses. So I think the ant is going to be a boss in that respect, but I mean, the only reason that would be an ant, but I just can't really figure it out. Yeah, and so but Cleaver, I don't know how to say it, but Clever Clark Crafts. But that's hinting at cogs and turning, yada yada yada, actual elevators, clever crafts, clever crafts. G'day mate, how are you? I got clever crafts. What do you say that is? In a game where you have nothing. That is gotta be technology of some type. Gotta be cogs and turning and machinery. I see no reason why it wouldn't be. So I think we're gonna get that the next update. They did say technology, electricity, but I think it's gonna be some sort of cogs and turning, something like that, something machinery like that. Full story, who could have guessed? Now, that is interesting there. So it proves that I think we're not gonna get in that how we expected to. I think we're gonna be having to go down the depths of the undershed to get to the last lap. And there's something else. That right there, that candle. It looks odd, and I've been trying to figure out what it means. Maybe I'll just get it. Who knows? Who knows? I'm a bit like that. I'm a bit like that. This here. What is this? Someone please explain to me what this could be. That looks like something suspicious, but this grapple arm. It looks like, yeah, it looks like the tasers, but it looks like it's something important that they're trying to hint. And I think this is the final boss. And I'm hoping I can get a gold card for all the robots. My god, it's driving me insane. I've killed all of them. How am I supposed to get more? I didn't know the Ruzzle was out. And so by the time I killed them all, I'm still thinking maybe I should go to the hedge and double check if I killed them all. But I want to peep one. So yeah. And there's nothing really else. But I mean, this scene is just cool. Now, what does this look like? Odd, it looks like a hedge. And if you look in a previous trailer, I don't know which one it is. I'm sorry, I don't know which one it is. There's a hedge on the back of the thing. I'm not sure. I think it's the crow one. The crow. The thank you. Here's a bird. Let's chuck a bird into this mess. I think you can see a hedge. Check all the trailers. Now, there's another thing. That. There. I think from the Dungeons and Dragons game that they have up there with the insects, I think there's a mech of that. There's a reason why he's built a mech of it. And then the mech is what they're doing, is what they're making it into. That's my number one theory of the boss. Yeah, I thought that was something else. I haven't been able to find any unique. There's a massive white spider, but I think maybe it's a visual, something visual, because I don't see why they add that. It looks like just a big spider, looks like a spiderling. And really nothing else. Looks like they're in larger sap clumps, which is nice, I guess. A lot of people's questions is this actually going to happen? Will it? Probably not. Could it? Yes. I've seen games do this, where they're coded in. I don't think it could happen there, to be precise. I think that would be a bit weird. But maybe in the upper yard. Maybe in the upper yard. I think that's always a possibility. Now, I forgot where I actually saw it. I saw it somewhere. I swear I saw it. I swear? Where? There. Now, I'm not sure. If you can see, there's a pink thing there. There's a better image of it. I'm not sure. But Mediocre Milton, check him out. He is good, but I disagree that it's some type of Barbie house. I think it's the sand castle that they put there from the sand pit. Now, call me mad, but I think it's that, to be honest.
First, you will need to survive the yard.
Now, this video is half an hour long, so that kind of sucks. Yeah, let me see if I can actually find it slightly better. Oh, there's the other one. There. So when I look at that, I'm just thinking sandcastle. That looks like the common sandcastle. Pink. Anything from pink to yellow to kind of like a. There's another color. Sandcastles in pink. Green's the other one. Pink is a common one. So I think that's just the sandcastle. You can also see there, they've obviously had the upper hedge. It looks bigger, so that's always a good thing. I actually didn't notice that before. So why are you questioning me? I didn't notice that. Calling me dumb. Yeah, and so I think that's just purely sandcastle. There you can see it's. I still think it's a bit weird. I don't think we're gonna venture out the yard, if that's what you all think. They've obviously got a bit of work to be done, or they're just covering spoilers. Anyway, that's the video for today. I understand the worst thing what YouTubers say is, please like and subscribe. I just said that, so you better do. I'm joking, ish. So I'm not gonna say that. See, I'm big brain. I know what you will want. And instead, I'm gonna hint at subscribing the entire time, without you even realizing. See, I'm on the next level, which I didn't do just now, and expose my plans anyway. So please, I guess, leave a like if you want to see more grounded content. I mean, it's kind of like a poll. Kind of leave a like if you want to see it more. I'll compare it to viewers ratio. I'll say about half of it actually has a YouTube account. And, yeah, if it's a quarter of the views, then yes, I will try to look into a more theory-based, grounded videos. Anyway, I gotta catch you next time because, yeah, anyway, see ya, and Banana Man is signing out for now. This intro is